I've been getting a lot of comments from people saying that they can't get approved for any types of funding, any type of financing, right? There is some truth to that, because right now a lot of banks, a lot of financial institutions are cracking down, right? So they're increasing their underwriting criteria because of the current economic climate that we're in. The banks are looking for any reason to deny your applications. I work with a lot of banks, a lot of fintech partners, even credit unions, and they're telling me that application volume is at an all-time high. There's one commonality when it comes to applications that are getting denied, and that is lack of paperwork. A lot of people are trying to get access to funding with the bare minimum requirements, and I just want to let y'all know that the bare minimum is getting denied, right? So you don't want to be at those bare minimums. You want to well exceed that. And on top of that, you want to have your paperwork in order. I know I sound like a broken record, but you want your paperwork in order. Now, the reason why you want your paperwork in order is because just by having your paperwork, you're going to stand out from the crowd. Paperwork is the major differentiator when it comes to getting access and then not getting access. And how did I learn this? I was one of you who, hey, I don't want to provide all this paperwork. Why am I giving the bank all this information? But you have to remember, we're in the information age. The more information you give is the more information the banks and the lenders have to make a lending decision. So if you have more positive information, more positive data points, more positive paperwork, then you're going to be able to get access to funding. Now, let me break down some things that you definitely need in terms of paperwork, right? On the business side, you're going to need personal and business tax returns. That's probably the most important thing that a lot of these, financial gurus are not telling you about, right? They want to make it seem like you can just walk into a bank with no paperwork, no identity, right? No social security number, and just get 100,000. Again, banks are looking for any reason to deny your application, right? In fact, when it comes to business loan application, business loans have less than a 1% approval rate. So what does that tell you? That tells you that a lot of people either don't qualify, which I don't believe, but a lot of people just don't have the paperwork, right? So, and they don't know what's actually required in order to get approved, and they don't know what data points the lenders are actually considering for the loan decision, right? This is from, my personal experience, getting access to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in revolving business lines of credit, business credit cards, business term loans, business vehicle loans, right? You want to get set up with an accounting software. A lot of people ask me, Credit Plug, why do I need an accounting software, right? If I just want this line of credit. The reason why you want an accounting software is because an accounting software tells the full picture. It tells the story of your business, how your business is performing, the business health through your numbers. Now, through this accounting software, you can then pull what's called a profit and loss statement. So a profit and loss shows money coming in, money coming out, right? You also can download a balance sheet. A balance sheet is going to list the business's assets and the business's liability. Think of a balance sheet as the same as a personal financial statement, but a balance sheet is going to be for business and a personal financial statement is going to be for a personal or individual. So they're pretty much very similar in terms of the information. What is the business's assets and liabilities? That's going to be a balance sheet. And what is the person or the individual's assets and liabilities? That's going to be a personal financial statement. And another important document you need is what's called a schedule of business debt. Now, a schedule of business debt basically lists out all the businesses, credit cards, lines of credit, and loans, any debt obligations. Now, the reason why the banks want to see a schedule of business debt is because they're going to determine what the business's debt to income is. Sometimes in the lending space, they use what's called a global debt service coverage ratio. Now, the global debt service coverage ratio is a combination of the business's debt to income as well as the beneficial owner's debt to income. And so it's a composite metric. Now, when we're looking at the business's debt to income, the way they're going to figure out, okay, they're going to look at your business revenue. So this could be information that's taken from the tax return. This could be taken out of your accounting software, or this could just look at your business bank statements, right? So they're going to figure out the business's revenue. Based off those information, you can calculate the business's DTI, the business's debt to income ratio. Okay. And so what lenders are looking at, they want to see, okay, if we give you this loan, okay, based on how much money you're making and how much money you owe, and this additional money that you're about to owe, if you could actually service the debt, is there enough money left over for you to repay? And that's pretty much what they want to see. They want to see, do you have the ability to repay? And pretty much this whole lending game is all about demonstrating through your data points, through your paperwork, through your financial information, that you have the ability to repay. So if you don't want to provide paperwork, the bank is not going to have enough information to make that decision. And again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, you're going to differentiate yourself either positively or negatively by having paperwork or not having paperwork. So again, if anyone is in need of a balance sheet, a profit and loss statement, a personal financial statement, I've dropped links for templates in the description of the video. If you need an accounting software, if you need a payroll software, if you need a business checking account, links in the description of the video. Now, pretty much what all these services provide for you is to lay the groundwork so that you can capture your business's financial information and then leverage that information here in this information age to get access to financing, use the bank's money to purchase assets in other businesses to produce more income and build generational wealth. In 2023, 2024, beyond, get your paperwork in order, because the banks, they're not playing with you.